Hey guys, what's up? So I have just removed the forks from front end of my Beta here. It's actually a pretty simple process. I thought it'd be a little bit more difficult to do, even if you don't have mechanical skill. Basically, you just loosen these puppies here. You loosen the top nut, and you crack those. I took my brake caliper off, and then I just tilted it backwards, and you can slide them right out. So reason why I did that is I'm actually switching over to YZ125 forks, so the Kiaba forks. One of the things that you have to do in order to do that swap is you have to either machine the fork itself, or in my case, I'm going to be machining the actual triple clamps. One of the things that I had noticed, because if you buy KX125 triple clamps on the bottom end, you can directly swap that over. I just have to press the stem. Now, I was going to do that, but when I bought it and I received it in the mail, I noticed how thin the sidewall of it was. And if you can see, this one is pretty thick. I mean, it's really thick compared to that KX. And the KX is used to do like jumps and stuff like that. So I was like, well, why would I, go through all the trouble to machine the actual tubes when I want the rigidity? And especially if I'm going to be doing, enduro cross, so I'm going to be doing, jumps and stuff like that. I didn't want to compromise the actual cylinder wall itself. So they have to be machined 1.05 millimeters or 1.1 millimeters to make them plush is 1.1, and 1.5 is to make them a little bit sticky when they go in. I want them to be tight. I don't want them to move around, and since I'm machining the sidewall of that triple clamp there, I definitely want to make sure that I make them as tight as possible, just because. So what you need to do that swap, and I'm going to be putting this all together here, I'm going to show you as I go through it all, once it's all assembled, is a YZ125 or YZ450 or 250 front wheel. Any of those wheels will work. You need the axle and you need the nut. You're also going to need the forks and to machine the triple clamp. Overall, I've spent maybe, after everything's said and done, maybe $400, maybe. Probably around $330, $320 for some really good quality shocks or forks. So I'm going to go over that when I get to it. What I had done already is I had swapped over the sacks from a CR125 Husqvarna. One of the problems that I had found with that, though, is even though it bolts up perfectly, like everything, you just put it in, literally, that's how easy it is. But this right here is the problem. Not sure if you can see that, but inside there is not really easy to see, but the exhaust touches the nitrogen cylinder. I'm wondering if I can find a way around that. I am probably just going to work my way around that instead of go back to the stock shock. Because when I sat down on it, I adjusted the sag. I did everything to it, and it was actually really nice. I hadn't ridden it yet, so I don't know, but it felt just light years ahead. You can get that shock for like $70 at the right places and free shipping. That's a dirt cheap shock. It's got multiple points of adjustment, and you can definitely feel the adjustments when you make them, unlike the stock shock and stock forks. So I'm putting this together. I'm trying to get it ready for racing. That's why I'm going to make the compromise and see if I can't get a better way to fit that exhaust in, because everything fits up except for the just the exhaust pipe, the silencer. That's all. So if you guys have any ideas on how to make that work, that'd be awesome. Right now, I just got that fatty pipe. I'm going to be cutting the outlet right there a little bit, cutting it a little bit short so I can route it directly down and underneath that shock. I've already tested it as I compress the bike or I fully extend it. When I pushed it forward and pulled the bike down, is hyperextended the freaking swing arm basically. The nitrogen cylinder does not bump up and will not bump up against the exhaust if I change the angle to lower and then up. I'm going to have to do some cutting, maybe a little bit of welding. overall, when you're paying $70, I paid $160 for mine, so you guys probably get a better deal than me, but $160 for a shock that really performs, can't beat that. $400 for some really high performance front end forks, $560 when people are dropping $1,800 plus just on the front forks, and I'm getting probably about similar performance out of that, if not even better, because I've heard the Kiaba shocks or forks are pretty high quality stuff. So anyways, guys, I'm going to be going through all of that. Once it's all set up and everything, I'm going to run through it all. If you guys have any questions, peace.